heck is going on, you guys? It is me, no other than the Bronzemarley. And I'm the greatest addition to YouTube 2019, and here we are in 2021, and I have been, hold on, my lashes lifted. I have been the greatest addition and asset here on out. So when I joined the compact, baby girl, I want you to be here. You want to be here. You high-key need to be here, girl, just because we serve looks, we serve tea, and overall, baby girl, we just be serving. So it is currently after midnight right now, and I just wanted to go, this video is going to be like pretty different just because I'm actually having a conversation with you guys. I'm just talking about a couple of things. I was actually getting ready to edit some videos, but I got a DM from one of my followers in response to a story that I had posted on my IG story. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me at Bronzemarley. But I posted this and it basically said, I can't see it right now, but basically it was like, you know, dudes nowadays be having a girlfriend, a wife, kids, and a whole other side chick and a dude on the side as well. And it's just so hard to date because of that. And I reposted that because it's just like, yeah, that's like, it's very true. And he was like, you know, it's very, and he responded, he was like, you know, and that's why I'm just gonna stay single. And I was like, you know, I mean, I'm gonna stay single until I find someone who doesn't come with additional baggage. And it was like, you know, nowadays, everybody comes with baggage. It's just a matter of you having to accept and tolerate it, or just accept and tolerate it. Like, those were the two ultimatums that he was getting at. And I responded with, I understand that everyone comes with baggage. However, I basically feel as though, and this is what the conversation is going to lead into, you guys, for us to have, but I feel as though we've been conditioned to accept that mentality. Like, we've been conditioned to accept that there are no good people out there, and it undermines the fact that, okay, I look at myself as a great person. No, I don't have all of my ducks in a row. However, I'm working to establish that, and my ducks not being in a row are in regards to my career aspect. Yes, I'm still learning. I'm only 23, you guys, so I'm still learning and I'm still growing and I'm still trying to establish. However, me saying that there are no good people out here is taking away from the fact that I am a great person, and that, you know, my love language is greatness. My love language is loyalty and honesty and integrity, and, you know, just being the best me that I can be for myself, but being the best me that I can be for myself, for my partner as well. So I was telling him, you know, I grew up in, long story short, the hood, but I grew up in an area where a certain type of man is the norm, and a certain type of man is held, and a certain type of man is held at a certain stature of where he is the ideal male in the hood. Now, that's not to say that there aren't men in the hood that aren't great. That's not even to say that that particular type of man is great. But it's just saying that, you know, based off of where a lot of us are, you know, from where we grow up, and it plays a large portion into that. But based off of the fact that a lot of us are from areas like that, or certain types of things that we see, you know, with guys, you know, being domestically or verbally abusive to their partners, or where guys, you know, cheat and then the girl, you know, we're just speaking heteronormatively for this particular conversation, although this does apply to, you know, the homosexual, LGBTQIA, trans, whatever community. I'm saying whatever, like, bitch, I'm not gay as hell. But I'm just speaking in more of a heteronormative sense because we do live in a predominantly heterosexual society. So a lot of the things that we see are based off of heteronormative behavior as far as relationships included. We see certain things like that, and it's just like, okay, well, that's just what the greatest idea of a man is, because that's what I've been seeing or what I've been conditioned to believe, as opposed to, you know, let me put this into perspective. We used to watch fairy tales and Cinderella and etc. growing up, and there was a such thing as a Prince Charming. And every single one of these fables and fairy tales, there has been a Prince Charming or a prince. And, you know, I feel as though the older we got, we stepped away from that idea or that mentality of a guy being a prince and not having that extra baggage, you know, that great guy or that perfect guy. And no, nobody in life is perfect. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out my life. I'm still trying to establish a career for myself. I'm still trying to establish 100% independency for myself. So nobody's perfect. However, there is a such thing as, no, this man is not going to cheat on me, because that's who he is as a person. He values himself enough to the point where he thinks that morally, if this is something that I'm willing to do to someone else, then it's going to come back at me. That's just the rule of three. So it's just like, there are people out there that thinks like that. And like I said in the beginning of this, if you think that there are people out there that are going to cheat on you, or that there are no good people, then you're putting yourself into that same category. You have to be able to look at yourself and think like, dang, am I a part of the problem too? Or have I just given up that hope that there's somebody out there that's going to be not perfect, but perfect for me? Going back to the whole Prince Charming thing, like, was a guy that didn't come with baggage. He was a guy that came and rescued and saved this damsel in distress and elevate her to a princess and later on a queen. It's just like, why have we lost out on that? And it's not because there are no good people out there, but it's because we've been conditioned to believe that this is as good as it gets. If you're in those types of environments and this is what you see, you're going to start accumulating those thoughts and those beliefs like, dang, well, I know I'm not going to get the type of guy that I want, so I have to start crossing this off my list. And pretty soon, eventually, your list is going to look like that guy, and that's going to be the only guy that you see, so that you miss out on your dream guy. And it's just like, when it comes to dating, I know a lot of people may think that I'm bougie or I'm this, that, and the third. I wouldn't even say that. I'm just the type of person who does not settle. Like, yes, I don't have super high standards in per se as far as image wise, but I do have standards as opposed to how you treat the world, how the world sees you, what it is that you do in life. Are you out doing stuff to be productive, or are you just living life as the days go by? It's like, what are you doing? Who are you as a person? And then that's going to show me what you look like, as opposed to me seeing what you look like and then figuring that out later down the road. Because again, we also live in a world, not even a society, a world where everything is so surfacely judged. You see something and it's just like, dang, is this somebody that I can have sex with? And that's a conversation for another day about the world just being sexually driven and whatever. But it's just like, you look at yourself, and especially as adults, like, dang, is this somebody that I can see myself having sex with? Is this somebody that I'm going to be aesthetically pleasing when other people see us? As opposed to, is this someone who my heart is going to be compelled to intertwine with, to become one? Is this somebody that I can, become in union with? Is this somebody that's about God? That's number one. Is this somebody that I can allow God to be the center of our relationship with? Or is this person going to make God a priority in our relationship with, so that we can make sure that whatever happens, we can fall back on God to allow us to keep moving forward? Because if God is the center of your relationship, you're just going to be even more inclined to make sure that you're living that relationship, or you're loving in that relationship in God's view of you too. That's one of the main reasons why, I decided to take a vow of celibacy, or not even celibacy, because I know for a fact that if I get a guy, I mean, I can hold off until marriage, but I'm not going to claim celibacy just because the definition of celibacy is until after marriage. Let's say if I'm dating a guy, I can go anywhere between 3 to 6 months without having sex with him and just getting to know him. And we not be married, and it gets to that point where, like, dang, I can really see myself giving myself to you after getting to know you, getting to know who you are spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, etc. And then that's when we start to open up those gates. we think, is this person going to be somebody that I'm sexually inclined with just off of what they look like, as opposed to, is this somebody that I can grow with? Is this somebody that I can build with financially? Because that's another important thing when it comes to relationships. And that's another thing, like, we've been okay with accepting that the bare minimum, or, the struggle is attractive. And I'm not saying that a hardworking man is not, but who's to say that a hardworking man has to settle for just working so little? Like, I understand that there are people who have stuff handed to them, but me being a hardworking man myself, it's just like, I don't want somebody to settle for me in this stage of my life. I want somebody to see this stage in my life, but also see where it's going to take me. I want them to see what it's doing for me, how it's building me as a person, so I get to that point where it's not even just a matter of oh, he's working to get money. No, it's a matter of, wow, he's wealthy and he worked to get wealthy. He worked for wealth. And it's just like, I feel as though a lot of times, especially in this generation of people wanting to be hot girls or city girls or this, that, and the third, to the point where it's all about, oh, well, does this guy have a bag in the moment? As opposed to, is this guy working to have financial freedom for generations to come? Because, the same guys that have those bags now, I'm not going to undermine that at all because I don't know what all these guys do for their money. But 9 times out of 10, the ones that are, putting on, or the ones that are showcasing the funds, are 9 times out of 10 the ones who aren't really doing what it takes to make sure that that money is going to be lasting. And I mean that as far as saving, as far as investing. Because if you are saving and you are investing it, you wouldn't be investing it into trying to get another vessel to be impressed by you. And that's a lesson that I had to learn, like when it comes to the whole sugar daddy and sponsorships and stuff like that. Like, I'm not attracted to a man who feels as though he can buy my attraction. I had this one guy and he once asked me, what are some gifts and things that you like? And it's just like, I, of course, like gifts. Don't get me wrong, but I like gifts based off of how you think I deserve to be gifted. If you're asking me the type of gifts that I like, how does the world see you? What do you do for the world to make the world look at you and think that you're a good person? Do you care about the environment? Do you care about the world that we actually live in? That's a gift to me. If somebody can come up to me or can look at you and say, wow, that man has a beautiful soul. That man has a beautiful spirit. That's a gift to me because it makes me feel as though God blessed me to be with the right person, as opposed to, the devil infiltrating this man and this man buying me all kinds of Birkins, all kinds of jewels and all kinds of shoes and this, that, and the third. And my mind is now being compromised to the point where I think that that is okay. So you end up with situations like, and I hate to bring this up, but I'm just gonna call it a spade, but you end up with situations like the Saweeties of the world who allow themselves to be cheated on or be, in a toxic situation because he bought you a Birkin, because he bought you a tangible piece of leather that has an extreme value to it, when in all actuality, it's not valuable. Like, it's just like, ooh, that's what we've grown to, like, that's basically what I was saying. Like, we've allowed ourselves to be conditioned to think that we should not have standards, when in all actuality, you want to make sure that you still do have those standards. Because I'd be damned if I allow myself to trickle off my list and then to settle for something that somebody else thinks that I should have, as opposed to knowing, like, no, there are great guys out here and I'm going to get one. I'm a great guy and I deserve a great guy. I deserve a guy, if not as great as me, greater than me. We have to start thinking with that mentality, that perspective. So I was basically telling him, like, unfortunately, I do agree that, yes, there are people that come with baggage, but it's a matter of what type of baggage are you bringing? Are you bringing a duffel bag or are you bringing a trash bag? Are you bringing a Louis or are you bringing an Andy? It's just like, there are different types of bags, and I'm not saying that a Louis is better than an Andy or anything like that, but I'm just speaking in terms of quality. A Louis Vuitton bag is, of course, made a lot better than an Andy bag from Walmart. Because if the Andy bag was made just as well as a Louis Vuitton, an Andy bag wouldn't be as cheap as a Louis Vuitton bag. So you see what I'm saying? Yes, there are, everybody comes with baggage. My baggage is that I'm not 100% independent. My baggage is that I'm not 100% at the top of my career field right now. My baggage is things like that. Now, another person's baggage would be they cheat and they're a serial cheater. They have so many different kids with so many different babies' mothers or so many different baby fathers. And not to say that there's anything wrong with that, but it's just showing, like, okay, what type of baggage are you going to allow yourself to settle for? I'm willing to allow someone to bring along the baggage of, I'm still trying to get my career to where I want it to be, as opposed to a guy saying, dang, my baby mama, she been on my line, she been tripping, but it's cool though, I love you. Yeah, I love you too because you're human, but at the end of the day, what are you doing to make sure that this trash bag isn't lingering into the future? Because this is not the dump. You don't take your trash into the next day. Like, it's not like that. It's like, okay, if you bring a Louis bag into the picture, and let's say the Louis bag, like, it's just hanging off. Okay, the next stage is to either fix that bag or get a new one. I don't even know how much more descriptive or how many different metaphors I can use to show you guys that, yes, there are people that come with baggage, but there are different people that comes with different type of baggages. So I was telling him, yes, there are people that come with baggage, but it's just a matter of getting through the bad apples to find the ones that are juicy and ripe and red, and the ones that you should take a bite out of. Because me personally, would you bite a bad apple? No. But I will sort through. I'll gently sort through. I'll even say hey to a couple on the way. I'll even put a few in my basket. But I'm not gonna bite that apple until I know that that apple is ripened and that's the apple for me. The more you allow yourself to cut off your standards, the more you allow yourself to feed into the mentality that you've been conditioned at such a young age and you don't even realize it, the more you're going to end up with what you don't deserve or what you never even wanted for yourself. But as the older you get, or the more traumatized you get by certain experiences, or, by allowing people to cheat on you, allowing people to dehumanize you, allowing people to take advantage of you and take advantage of your wants and your needs as not even a woman, not even as a man, but as a person, the more you allow yourself to settle. Like, I'm sorry if, and I even told him that, I was like, I may be naive when it comes to this whole portion or this aspect or this viewpoint on dating. However, I'd rather be naive and faithful and hopeful than to just be a sheep and just feed into this idea of, okay, well, I can just settle. This idea of just being with somebody who's going to cheat on me. Like, it's like, first of all, why have we even allowed that to be welcomed into our mindset? Why have we been allowing the idea of everybody's gonna cheat, so I'm just gonna settle for the cutest cheater. I'm gonna settle for him because he's not gonna cheat as bad. Like, what? It's like that video of Megan James when she was like, cheating respectfully.
Are you accepting to him cheating?
To be honest, I believe in cheating respectfully. I never tell my man like, oh, you can go cheat on me.
So cheating respectfully to me is cheating where I don't find out, is having control over your other women, is using condoms and not having babies. Like, cheat respectfully, because believe it or not, your man is cheating. But I'm not leaving my man over a one-night stand with a bitch, period.
Cheating respectfully? Cheating is disrespectful. I understood. No, I didn't understand. I listened to what she said. And a part of me is just like, okay. But no, there's no such thing as cheating respectfully. You can go out and cheat. Actually, no, you can't go out and cheat. Let me take that back. If you go out and cheat and you wrap it up, that's not cheating respectfully because you still cheated. If you go out and cheat and you didn't bring back an STD, you still cheated. So that's not cheating respectfully. If you go out and cheat and you wrapped it up and you didn't get this person pregnant, that's still not cheating respectfully because you still cheated on me. I want someone who's going to be so enamored and so excited to have me and only me and just be content, not even content, be so in love with the fact that I am enough. Like, it's just like, I wonder if people think that about themselves. Do you not think that yourself is enough to the point where you allow someone to give themselves and a part of you now to other people? You allow this person, let's say you had sex with this person. That's why you can't just be having sex with people. Let's say you allowed yourself to have sex with this person and this person goes out, because I'm a very spiritual person. So I believe that when you have sex with someone, you give them a piece of your soul, a piece of your being, a piece of who you are. And that's theirs. Sex is very sacred to me, which is why I'm not celibate. However, I am abstinent. I can't have sex with everybody because it's sacred to me. My soul is sacred. So if you allow yourself to have sex with this person, they take a piece, just a small piece of that sacredness. They're now dispersing just that little piece of you to other people, and then they're dispersing it to other people, and so on and so forth. Because a person that's cheating on you is not cheating on you with somebody that's not going to cheat on them, or that's probably not cheating on someone else to cheat with them. It's just like that person is cheating with someone who's cheating with someone else, and it's just like it's too much going on. So your soul is being spread out to multiple different people. So it's just like, I find that so Because now that I think about that, and this is not even supposed to be this video, but I just think about that, like, okay, when people be like, dang, you look so familiar, and they've never seen you a day in their life. Just think about that. Have you had sex with somebody who's cheating on you, or did you just give yourself to just somebody just because? It's just like, dang, why does this person not even look familiar? Feel familiar? Because your soul was just transferred to them through a vessel, and you didn't even realize it because you allowed yourself to just accept cheating. And maybe I'm just thinking too much or on that, so, you know, whatever. But I don't know, I just find that odd. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this video up because I feel like I'm going off onto too many different tangents. But long story short, you guys, have your standards. Don't feel as though you have to settle for anything, like, even aside from relationships, but just anything in life. Back to the relationship portion, yes, people come with baggage. But what type of bag? Would you choose a hefty trash bag over a Chanel bag? Would you choose a Ziploc over a Birkin? It's crazy because I'm not a materialistic person and I don't care about name brands or those type of bags. But I'm just using this to visually ask you guys, because we do live in a materialistic society now. So I'm just trying to ask you guys, would you choose that over that? No, you wouldn't. So you need to make sure that you're always thinking like, oh no, I deserve more than this. I want more than that. And don't let anyone ever make you feel as though you're being too picky or that you're being stuck up or whatever may have you. The type of words that people like to say to undermine people who know their self-worth or who have standards for themselves and who don't play into the idea that you have to settle. They're going to try to use those words and slurs against you. But if you're content and comfortable in yourself and confident in who you are and what you want out of life, they're not even going to bother you. People are very intimidated by me. And I love it. I love the fact that people are intimidated by me because it makes sure that I'm not going to be taken advantage of too often because, you know, I'm still young, I'm still learning, I'm still growing through life. So there are instances where I will be naive. I'm going to admit that. I'm going to be naive and I'm going to probably get my heart broken a few more times. Listen, that's not even something I'm going to manifest. I ain't going to get my heart broken too many more times because, child, it's just not giving that. But there are going to be situations where I am going to have to learn. I'm going to have to still grow a lot more. And I love the fact that it's protecting me being intimidating or me having that intimidating aura or presence is keeping me away from those people who will try to take advantage of me. Because there are guys, and this is another conversation as well for another day. I'm going to speak more into detail on it, but I do want to just touch up on it before I close this video out. But there are guys that hit me up and the first thing that they do is try to sexualize me. And that's based off of, you know, this new world that we live in of sexuality just being, or hypersexuality just being pushed to the forefront of our media, of our lives. So it's just like, that's what they expect, especially from a femme presenter. As soon as I shut that down, it's as though I'm the bad guy in the situation. I'm the antagonist. I'm the one that is not a free spirit. I'm the person that doesn't like to live life or whatever. And it's just like, no, if that's your idea of being a free spirit, if that's your idea of being a liberal, then that's just not me then. I will be conservative in that aspect. However, I have to also look at them like this. If I'm not fun because I don't want to have sex with you or talk about sex to you, what do you have to bring to the table to make me even get to that point? Nothing. So I'm closing this video off because that is another conversation and another topic that I do want to discuss at a later date, and I do look forward to having it with you guys. I thank you guys so much for tuning into this late night chat video with me. I will definitely catch you guys in the next one. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys enjoyed me, please give me a huge thumbs up and also leave your comments down below responding to this video. Leave me a comment down below to let me know what you guys thought about this video, what you guys like to see in future videos, or if you guys just want to say what's going on. I thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Be sure to join this compact by hitting that subscribe button and the bell button right beside it so that you get notifications every time I do decide to upload. You can catch up with me on all of my social media platforms at Bronzemarley, and my Twitter is @Bronzemarley. I love you guys so much, and I love my robe too, y'all. I got this from Victoria's Secret. I love you guys so much. Bye.